Hey guys, welcome back to another Monkey and Mouse. Long time no see. As always, I know I always say I'm going to try to be more regular and get on here every other week, but then, life happens. If you're a close friend, you know that I've had a good go the last couple months. Or if you follow me on Instagram, you would also know I've had lots of life stuff going on, so I'll go into that a little later on because I know not everybody wants to stick around to hear about that and they just want to see the cross stitch, which is totally fine. But yeah, if you kind of want to know what's going on and where I've been, if you hang around to the end, I will explain some of that. But what have I been up to since last time? Well, I vended the first weekend at Stitch North and had such a great time. You guys are all so lovely. Like, somebody came to me like, I know you from somewhere, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't think we've ever met. And they're like, you're Monkey and Mouse. And I was like, what? People actually know about my channel? And it just kind of blew my mind because I'm just a teeny tiny little channel and I just do it for fun. It's not like I expect to make my living off doing it. I just do it because I enjoy sharing my hobbies with you guys and everything I'm up to. So that was really cool. But yeah, that was great. Vending was so much fun. It's a different experience obviously than when you're attending, because when you're attending you're excited to go and see your friends and get to sit down and have that good chunks of stitchy time. For me anyways, because there's no children running around, so I actually have some quiet time to actually focus on my hobby versus trying to juggle everything in the house and focus on my hobby. So it's lovely. But it was just a very different experience because I'm rushing to get my table set up because I was only there for the Friday. So I wanted to make sure that I had everything ready to go. And I could hear everybody from week one in the hall. And it was just oh my goodness, everybody is so excited to be here. I know everyone's excited to be there because I know how I feel when I get there. But it was just really interesting getting to hear it from the vendor side because the doors were closed and we could still hear you guys in the hall chatting and laughing and having a good time. And I was like, today's going to be a good day. It was a hard day for me personally, but it's going to be a good day. I'm going to have lots of friends around, lots of stitching around, lots of good stuff to do and see. And all the other vendors that were there, it was great to see everybody's stuff. But yeah, it was a really, really fun experience. And I really, really hope, I've already asked, but we have to, fingers crossed, wait and see. I've already asked to, I've already bothered Hannah to see if I can vend for October. And yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll get to see whoever is going to Stitch North in October. And get to have all my goodies there again. But enough about that. Yeah, so a lot of fun vending. And then weekend 2, I was there as an attendee, and that was a lot of fun too. I got to sit with some of my friends from last year, and then made some new friends this year, which was great. Got to see some people I hadn't seen before, or met before, I should say, which was great. Got to meet Rachel Ray, who is as lovely as I thought she would be. It was really nice because when I was on mat leave, I participated in her streams a lot and would have lots of little chats here and there with her, and it was great. I really enjoy getting to talk to her. And since being back to work from mat leave, I haven't really had the opportunity to be on her Twitches just because of the time changes, right? She's usually live when I'm at work. So unless I hop on during a break or something and there's nobody else in the staff room and I can listen and hang out, then I get to the odd time. But it doesn't really typically work out anymore, so I've missed that. So it was really nice to see her and really nice to meet her in person. She's absolutely adorable and so sweet. She's just, if you guys, I'm sure you guys already do follow Rachel Ray, but if you don't, go on over, check her out. She's a wonderful human. And I just had so much fun getting to hang out with her for the couple minutes that I got to spend with her. But yeah, what was I going to say? Train of thought has crashed. Okay, so I have lots of purchases that I got at Stitch North because y'all know I have a problem with fabric. Not that I don't have enough fabric already, but I can resist patterns typically, but it's the fabric. I can't leave the fabric. I get huge FOMO over the fabric and floss because last year I didn't buy, oh, they told me the name of it, Brenda Needle. I can't remember. It was this gorgeous floss last year and I almost bought it. And I didn't, because I didn't know what project I'd want to do it for, and they didn't have it this year. So all year I was like, I'm going to get that floss. If they have it, as soon as I see it, I'm going to buy it, gonna buy it. Didn't have it. So then that created huge FOMO for my weekend when I was there. If I saw it and I liked it, I was buying it. So, sorry, bank account, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So, projects. What have I been working on? Ooh, first off, I left my one downstairs. Oh well. Gotta finish. I finished the Witchy Stitcher Cobra Ka necktie. However you say it. I'm not even sure how to say it properly. It's for my husband. But yeah, I was very happy to get this done. Very proud of it. When I got to Stitch North, I think I had a little bit left in the lettering to do, and then the whole book, and then all the back stitch. And when I realized how little I had left to do, I was like, why have I not finished this? So I think I spent most of Saturday afternoon, well, Saturday evening after dinner, getting it done. And then I was determined that this was going to get done before we left. So I just finished the book and on Sunday morning, and then all the back stitch, which I don't typically do a lot of back stitch, so it's not perfect, but I'm not mad at it. Like, I think I did an okay job, considering I think it's the first time I've done like actual back stitch. Well, that's not true. I've done it on a couple things, but like, you know, you're doing like an eyebrow, and it's not like an actual like stars or designs of that, but I like them. They turned out good. I'm happy with it. So that was my only finish at Stitch North. And then since then I have finished my Sailor Scouts, which I posted a picture of on Instagram, but it is downstairs. And I'm not going to go get it. I'm lazy. So I will have to show you guys that in my next one. Maybe I'll have it finished by my next one. Probably not, but maybe. Maybe. Okay, so I will show you next. I've got a pile of whips beside me. I don't know if they're in view of the camera or not, but there's a pile of whips beside me. So this is kind of purchasey, kind of, whoops. And, well, it is purchasey. So Rolanda was there weekend too. And I saw that and thought it was absolutely gorgeous. It's called Dark Garnet. It's 100% cotton, and I bought a hank of it. And it's going to be enough to do this, hopefully. If not, it's a color she carries always, I believe, so I can get more. But for whatever reason, again, since I saw that Brenda needle last year, I wanted to do a long dog. Like, when I got home, I was like, I could have popped up to do a long dog with, but I couldn't decide what one, and I wasn't there, and blah, 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 blah. Anyways. So I have started my first long dog. I'm not all the way across the top yet. And this is on 22 count Ada, which is also from Rolanda. And it's gorgeous. And it is, where can I put my tablet? It's a good thing I'm a professional and I know what I'm doing, right? This is why I say I do my floss tube for fun and not for a living. Because if it was a living, I would be fired. Where's my tablet? Ugh. There it is. So I am doing the, what's it called? Queen of Hearts. So it is that one. Hopefully I'm holding it where you guys can see it. So that is the long dog I'm going to be doing. I have started, so I'm up in the very top border right now, obviously. But yeah, so I'm going to pop out the border first and then do the other stuff. Obviously, just kind of top to bottom, I think, is how I'm going to work it. So I have not touched that since Stitch North, like since I've been home. But I got a little bit of a start on it before lunch on the Saturday. And then I was like, you know what? I need to finish that one for Paul. So did that one instead. And that was in my bag of purchases. And honestly, not that I'd forgotten about it, but I hadn't seen it since I was home. So I didn't think to work on it, which is a problem because I have so many whips. And sorry for the sniffling. Apparently I'm stuffy today. Don't know what's happening. The next one I took to Stitch North was The Witch from The Stitch Witch, I think it's called. By, oh my goodness, words, Ashley. By Tiny Modernist. I'm so excited I talked to her when I was there. Because I explained to her that I was having a really hard time with the paper. So she gave me some suggestions. So After following her suggestions, I now know how to get them in Pattern Keeper and it not be an issue. So I haven't put this one in Pattern Keeper yet, because I haven't worked on it since I've talked to her to figure it out. But the difference between the beginning of Stitch North and the end of Stitch North for this one was I finished the top of the ghosty here and then put the leaf in, and I believe I did the tulip as well. So nothing major. It only got a little bit of time, but I was determined to touch everything that I brought with me because last year I didn't. But this year I did. I touched every single project while I was there, so I was very proud of myself. There's that one. And then, these are ones, so I had this one with me at Stitch North. And this is the Tiny Modernist Alice in Wonderland tree. So I have got quite a bit done since Stitch North. I don't think I had the cup. I'd have to look back at my pictures. But I know for sure I put this in, the 2 hearts while I was there. And then last night, and the nose and the teeth. I believe I did it while I was there too. And then last night I had our 3 Rivers Stitch Night at Williams, and I put in, I'm very proud of my little stem. Isn't it beautiful? And then the top half of the cat while I was sitting there chit-chatting. So yeah, I got some good progress too. Oh, and this is the needle minder this year that they gave us in our swag bag. I'm not going to go over the swag bag, honestly, because I know there's lots of videos from Stitch North that people have gone through their swag bags and everything, and they were really lovely this year. Like, we had some really great stuff in it. And I hope everybody enjoyed what I put in the swag bag, my little floss drops and the I Survived Stitch North sticker. Sorry, 1 second. I have to go sneeze, and I don't want to do that to you guys. Be right back. There we go. I have sneezed. I have blown my nose. Hopefully, I will not be so snuffly sounding anymore. Or be sneezing from my toes, as my papa used to tell me. Okay, so last one was Tiny Modernist. Now what other one do we want to show? I worked on the Make It Pink Sailor Scouts. So this is the one I've restarted. So this is Sailor Pluto. She's got a nice little lovely leg going on there. And when she's done, she's going to be gorgeous. Let me pull up a picture here for you. But this is the one that I restarted. So I had originally started it on an even weave and hated life. Thought it was awful. My stitches looked janky. I was just not enjoying it at all. So I decided to restart her. And it's going to show me... Sorry, my tablet is being wonky. Okay, let's turn that off. So there's a few stitches missing on the leg there. I guess I can't really show you this because it's the actual pattern. But hey, if your eyes are good enough to be able to stitch off of this, then we'll do it quick. That's what she'll look like. Wasn't even there. Do. I have information? No, I can't do that. Is there not a way to show... There's got to be a way to show it as like a markup. Maybe there's not. How do I normally show it to you guys? Open, I tell you. Anyways, that is what she will look like when she's done. Why does it keep doing... Okay, whatever. It keeps closing. It's fine. You guys have seen it before. You can go back into other videos. I'll be posting a progress picture of it next time I work on Instagram anyways. And I'll put the actual picture beside it there. If you want to see it, you can always just Google Make It Pink Pluto. I know it's a bit of a pain, but my tablet doesn't like me right now. So, got a chunk on that done. And then this one, I finally got a good Well, it's not a good chunk considering the size of it. But I got some work done on this one. Is it going to stay the same? There we go. So I worked on a bum. And just because of my daughter, I couldn't help myself. I had originally started in the top corner doing 2/2, and it felt kind of full, like hard to get my needle through, and just I wasn't enjoying it, which is really upsetting because I absolutely love this picture and I want to love working on it. So I decided to find the middle of my yard, and I started in the bare middle pattern, which was up here, and then just because I'm a smart butt, I was like, I'm gonna stitch the butt. So I started working down, and we have a lovely cheek right here coming into form. But yeah, I was really frustrated with myself because I had stitched the hole under here too. And then, so it's probably like an hour and a half worth of work that I had done in there. And then went to count over here and was like, oh man, I'm off by like 2 stitches. And I didn't want to flub it because I didn't know how it was going to affect the rest of the pattern. And I didn't want like there to be a weird line or a weird shape in her butt because it's a beautiful butt. We want it to look beautiful. So I ripped it all out. And then when I was fixing, like doing over here, I think it was these stitches in here, I realized that no, it wasn't these stitches that were wrong. It was one stitch up here, I think it was that one, that was over one too many, or not. Anyways, this one and this one were in the wrong spot. So then when I was trying to count off of here, that's why it wasn't working. So it wasn't, these were in the perfect spot. So I ended up ripping out an hour and a half worth of work that actually wasn't wrong. So she kind of got put on a timeout after that because I was like, I am so mad at you. I don't want to keep stitching on this. So I also got, this was also a purchase there. So it's too peoply. Because it's true. It is too peoply outside some days. And people are crazy. So, you know, it's going from Rocky Mountain Needle Minders. I got a few needle minders from her. And honestly, I don't know where I put them. Like I have one of them on here. Like my next project I'm going to show you. I bought a couple and I know they're here. But I put them in one of my projects in like the floss container. This is a floss container. So I just haven't come across them yet. I know I have them. I just don't know where I put them. Oh, and I forgot to say, this is on Kaylee Fabric. So, the sewing shop. Who we all know I'm obsessed with. And she's an awesome, lovely human as well. And then I forgot to say, for this one was on Stitchy Toolbox fabric. She was at Stitch North too, and I have been loving working on her fabric as well. It's amazing how different all the fabrics feel. Because hers is different from Kaylee's, and Kaylee's is different from Rolanda's. So I don't know if it's like the dyeing process or if it's actually different fabric, like they're using different suppliers. I don't know. And this one too is also on Kaylee. I forgot to say that's a Kaylee fabric. Okay, and then we have Beloved, which if you guys watched my last video, you know I've been going back and forth about like, do I restart this project? Because I was almost across the top and so close to like, I'm so close to being across the top. And, but I was hating it. I was hating working on it. It was just, I wasn't enjoying it. And to me, that's like, I'm a process stitcher, not a product stitcher. And if I'm not enjoying the process, why am I bothering? So this is what it's going to end up being. And I took it off of, well, I didn't take it off of it, it's still sitting on it. Pre-gridded 25 count. And I ended up putting it on this lovely piece of fabric from Rolanda. And it is a 18 count. Yeah. 18 count Ada. So I'm doing 1/1. And I'm happy with the coverage so far. I feel like in the black, it might be a little bit thin. So I might have to do 2/2 for the black. And hopefully it'll be okay. But I'm going to try 1/1. just because I didn't like how full and how tight the stitches were looking. On my other 18 count. Like on my Alice, I'm not going to restart it because I love her. She's great. She's fluffy. It's wonderful. It's fine. But I enjoy stitching on this one so much more than I enjoy stitching on Alice. And it's not the fabric. I love the Alice fabric. I think it's just the 2 strands on 18 for me feels too thick. And I feel like you're like really having to push and pull. I find my hand gets tired, my wrist gets sore. Whereas this I can plug away at. Well, I do basically all that in one sitting. 2 sittings, maybe? I'm off work right now. We'll talk about it. Anyways. And I was fine. So, we'll see. I'm happy with it. It's coming. And I did end up cropping the picture just slightly. I think I took, was it 100 off each side? Or was it 10 off each side? Let me look. I know it's not 100 because that's a ridiculous amount of number for house, because this is a mini. So I know it's not 100. I can just look. I took so it looks like I took 20 stitches off. I took 10 stitches off each side. Just because this piece of fabric, I think when I did the measurements, it said it needed to be 18 by 20 whatever. And this is 17 by 26. So I feel like I made it a little bit thinner so it would fit. And it was fine. It was just like a little bit of his hair and a little bit of the jacket. Like it's nothing too important, I don't think. I think it'll be just fine. And then too, that gives me my 2-inch border so that you can see the lovely, so I won't get it matted when I frame it. I'll just leave the purple because my friend that I'm making it for, purple is actually his favorite color. So when I saw this fabric, I was like, I have to, this isn't an option. This is a need. So got this so I can restart it, and I'm so glad I did. Isn't the inside of her ear very attractive? It's looking really good. Fancy inner ear. So there's that one. And then this one is a new start, which you guys haven't seen yet. And I've already made a mistake, which I'm laughing at myself for. This one is the Brooms Out, Moons Out? Moons Out, Brooms Out. I said it the wrong way. That's fine. And I read the chart wrong already. So this gray is the wrong color. I don't have this color. I need to go purchase this color or find it in another project because I'm sure I have it somewhere. But this gray was supposed to be that line, and it's not. So I'm going to see if I can find the other gray and see if there's much of a difference. Oh, there is. It's a much lighter gray. Looking at the picture. Like if you look at the first house there at the bottom, the gray that's on the like one line on the step versus up the door, it's a much lighter gray. So, whoops. So I will have to change that, but that's okay. I have time. So I will fix that. And again, that's on paper. Like, I've learned my lesson, okay? Well, I say I've learned my lesson, but I probably haven't. I'm not buying anything else that's on paper. Because I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So I think I'm going to have to end up going, I'm going to message online and see if they can give me the PDF since I have the paper. If they'll email me the PDF, because I love this pattern, but it's miserable. And if they won't, I guess I'll just have to buy the PDF of it. I know it's not much to buy the PDF, but I would hate to buy it when I already own it. Like, it's not like I'm trying to get it for free. I own it. So I'll email them and I'll have to see what they say, because like that mistake wouldn't have happened if I was using Pattern Keeper, because it lights up your stitches. And anyways, it just, I don't think it would have happened. And then this one, tablet, turn on. You guys won't have seen for a while. Wrong button. Is this one here. Oh my goodness, my fingers and my tablet are not getting along today. is this one here. And I didn't do much on it, we'll be honest. I just added the one day I was sitting on the couch and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna work on some of that black. So we'll see. Goodbye, husband. Where are you going?
Comment.
Ah. Drive safe.
No.
Okay. So, last but not least, we gotta start on our hot pink goth mermaid. She's so cute. Oh, I love her so much. Oh, my fingers today. Goodness. Technology. Not my friend today. And that's the wrong button, Ashley. That's what we want. Okay, there we go. So, if you go and look at my post on Instagram, you'll be able to see how I cropped her. Because I cropped a substantial amount off of her. I think it's like basically just beside her fin, and then just below her bust, and then up like that. Is what I'm doing. Because the wall I want hanging on is not that big. So, we're going to make her fit, but she's gorgeous, and I got the most important part. Like, yes, her hair in the background is pretty, but do I really want to stitch all that light white on a light gray fabric? No, I do not. So, we got rid of it. And the way I'm stitching this one is feeling awkward, but I'm enjoying it, because I've never done it before, is I'm having, like, fear that it's not going to fit on this fabric. Even though I know it will, and I've measured 10 times. It's a thing I have with big projects. I'm always afraid I'm going to get like 3/4 of the way through the project, even though I have never done a full coverage this big 3/4 of the way through. Whatever. It's, I'm going to get there and I'm like, it's not going to fit. So anyways, I started at the top right-hand corner, and I'm just starting with the first color and working down instead of going across. So then like I hit the second color here, and it didn't go down, it went kind of this way. So I just followed it for one length, and then I moved to the next color, worked that color for one length for whatever way it went, so on and so forth. So I think I'm 4 colors in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 colors. So the first 6 colors are in, and I'm just going to keep going down. And then once I get the whole length down, I'll come to the top and go across the top so I can relax and not be all stressed out about not having enough room on my fabric, when I'm sure I do, but, you know, brains, they're weird. So yeah, so I'm really happy with that. And again, this is a Kaylee fabric, just like Moons Out, Brooms Out is also on Kaylee fabric. I think that one's called Neptune's Depth. The Dragon Girl is on coffee dyed fabric by myself, just for Michael's, so it's nothing fancy. I just bought a roll of the white stuff and dunked it in some coffee and called it a day. But yeah, this is the 27 Shades of Grey by Kaylee, and I have a whole yard. So, it is beautiful. I'm finding the light pink at the top a little bit hard to see. But I think it'll be okay. I will make it work because I love that fabric and I love the pattern, and it'll be fine. And let's, how many stitches are there of that color? There's only 5,206 stitches of the light pink. Like, is that like one of the most? Which one has the most stitches? I want to see the most. Oh, 310 has the most. That one's like. It's the 15th largest color. Like, it's fine. It's fine. So, acquisitions. So, first off, my husband is adorable. So like I said, if you follow me on Instagram or are a personal friend, you know, it's been a couple months. So, he had, sorry. he had bought me this for Mother's Day, and it's the Nerge table stand. And Stitch North was before Mother's Day, but he decided to give it to me so I could take it with me to Stitch North and get lots of use out of it, and I did. And there is honestly probably no way I would have finished got as many stitches in as I did without that stand, especially with a bum, because it's a yard of fabric. Like, there's no way to hold that and stitch one-handedly efficiently. You gotta just have one hand under there and just two-hand it. It's the best way to go. But yeah, so that was super sweet. He got me that, and a couple Nerge hoops, which was great. So as you notice, I've got on a lot of my projects now, I'm switching over to Nerges because I just like them better. I feel like they hold it like tight like a Q-snap, but it's not the weight of a Q-snap. Because I love the tightness of Q-snaps. I just find them too heavy to hold. So yeah. Another purchase I bought at Stitch North was this beautiful bag, which I don't buy bags, guys, because I can make them. But I couldn't resist. Look how stinking cute this is. And this is such a well-made bag. Like, I have no qualms for what I paid for this bag or for the fact that I bought it from another person. Not only does it support local, but it's a beautifully made bag. And it holds everything. Like, everything. So it's got the normal, like, it's a little bag, and then inside it's got a pocket at the back that you can chuck stuff in, and a zippered pouch in the middle, which is great too. I just realized that had a zipper. I honestly didn't realize that had a zipper until just now. And then it came with a thread bed as well. A matching thread bed from Gamma's Treasures. And I couldn't believe it. For the swag bag, she made one of these for everybody. Not this pattern, obviously. Well, not obviously. You weren't there. But she made one of these for everybody. And inside the little square is a magnet. So your needle will stick to that. Oh, I can show you with this one. This is we got this from Rocky Mountain Needle Minders. That was our swag bag item from them. But, so yeah, it's really nice, really thoughtful. I would have never thought to put a magnet in my needle bed, in my thread bed. But seeing these thread beds, I was like, wow, these are really nicely made. Same with the ones from that takes me to the one I bought from Sheba. I also, where'd it go? And that's the thing, like, I typically don't buy bags and thread beds and stuff like that because, like, I have the ability to make them. I know how. But this was just the fabric, for one. Like, look at that fabric. It's, right? It's perfect. And it's just so, I'm using this one currently, obviously. It's just so nicely made. Like, it's perfection. Oh no, I snagged it on something. Oh, that is so sad. I'm gonna have to put some fray check on that so it doesn't. I wonder what I caught that on. Can I blame it on my children? Yeah, gonna blame it on the children. Look what my kids did to my thread bed, guys. Rude. Yeah, so I'll have to put some fray check on that. But this has been in and out of many bags already, so, you know. But it's so nicely constructed. Really well made. And then I actually bought one of these bags for my mother-in-law as well. But she's going to use it for her knitting. Just because she loved the size of it when I showed it to her. But I got her this her bag is this fabric. But since she's not a cross stitcher, she doesn't need the thread bed. So I'm like, yoink! I took the thread bed. Alright, so what else did I get? Oh, I put the wrong pattern in here. I'm so professional. Okay, where's the... Yes. I thought I had it all organized, but I did not. I put my Alice one in the bag, but that is not the one I bought. I bought The Wizard of Oz Tree by Tiny Mom Nest. And again, it's one of the reasons I spoke to her about. I'm like, how do I fix this? I hate paper, but I love your patterns. She's like, just buy them online, weirdo. That's not what she said, but I swear that's probably what she was thinking. She was much more polite than that and super helpful and lovely, and she's amazing. Anyways, So I figured out how to get them into Pattern Keeper, and we're good. So I've got that one, and I'm going to start it as soon as I'm done Alice, because Alice is for me, and this one will be for my daughter, because her name is Dorothy, and I'm going to be a little kitschy and put a Dorothy, Wizard of Oz in Dorothy's bedroom, because that's how I roll, and no shame. So there we go. And then I also got the Halloween terrarium. Like, look, there's a little dead body. Makes my little goth heart very, very happy. Anyways, so that is that one. And I said I have a fabric problem. You guys know I have a fabric problem. Okay. So there's fabric. And then I also bought, it says Danny the dinosaur, but it's not. It's a Dotosaurus. But my daughter's nickname, I call her a Dotosaurus. A Dottie Rex if she's angry, because she stomps around roaring. So I'm going to stitch that up for her, because last year I bought the axolotl and made it for my son, and she loved it and was, like, she looks at it on his backpack all the time, and so I was like, me, mommy, me. No, that's Grayson's. So I broke down, bought her one of these this year from Canadian Stitchery, and she's lovely too. I had the joy of, my table is actually beside her table, weekend one, so we got to chat a bit. She's lovely. So I had to buy one of those for Dorothy, so that was great. And then, whoa, run away. Rolanda is playing with silk. And when she told me that her silks aren't a part of her line yet, they might be eventually, but as of Stitch North Weekend 2, they were not a part of her line yet. So whatever she had there in silks was all she had of those colors. So I saw this and was like, if I don't buy that and I don't get that, I'm going to be so angry with myself. And I was not having a repeat of last year's Burning Needle. Like, not happening. So I bought this. So it's 50 yards. So don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's 50 yards. And I feel like that's a lot of floss. And if I wanted to do something that was more than that, I could always use one of the other colors to, like, accent it. Or like a black or something like that. And this could be like the pops in there. I don't know. Anyways, it's gorgeous. I love it. I can't wait to try. It's so soft. I've never stitched with silk. So for the price point and the colors, I couldn't say no. So I bought it. Okay. So we could do this in a smart way. We could. Let's do that. Let's quickly organize here. Okay, there. We're organized. Okay. So I bought a few pieces from Rolanda. 5 pieces from Rolanda. And again, her prices were so great on her fabric. Like, they're a little bit more than Kaylee, but they're not as expensive as some other hand-dyed fabrics. And they're just gorgeous. They're beautiful. So I got this one. It's an 18-count Ada. And it's just so pretty. I thought that one of my Make It Pinks might fit on there. I thought they might look nice on there. I haven't measured it yet, to be honest, but it might fit. But again, I'll have to check with the bead size, because I don't know if the beads will be too big to do on 18 count. I don't know. But anyways, it was gorgeous, and I loved it. I'm like, it's so summery and fresh, and had to have it. Same with this one. It's just beautiful. It's a 22 count, because I've decided I'm not stitching tiny like Kaylee. I will never be as amazing as Kaylee. But 22, which is small for me, Kaylee. It's small. It's 1/1. It's beautiful. I love it. It's great. Look at the colors on that. I don't think she names her fabrics. No. And hers are not color fast guaranteed. So, just good to know. But I honestly usually assume that with most hand dyeds that they're not going to be guaranteed to be color fast. I know they do their best to color fast them, but it's not guaranteed. And then this one, oh, this one has a name, Stonehenge. And it's also a 22 count. It's got like some, like, I'm looking at it, it's not slubbies because it's not linen. It's Ada, but it's got some spots. Maybe it's just the way it was sitting. I don't know. But either way, it's beautiful. And I'm feeling like something like Halloween-y on this, maybe. We'll have to see. Because 22 is definitely too small to do a fancy lady or anything on. It was funny. There was a girl, was it? I'm going to get her name wrong. I want to say it's Alice, but I know that's wrong. Alicia? Shoot. Anyways, I follow her on Instagram now, so I could look it up, but my phone is currently busy. And she was at the Rolanda table when I was there, and she got there like just before me, and I was very sad about it. She was super gracious. I was like, if there's any that you absolutely want and you love them and you need them, like, let me know because I can always trade them out. And like some of the ones she picked were gorgeous. Like the purple one I have, they're like really modelly and really like what makes me think of like Rolanda's style of dyeing. Not that these ones aren't, they're beautiful, but it's just a different, I don't know how she does that technique, and it's gorgeous. But I had to be responsible, and I couldn't buy. Not saying that she wasn't being responsible. You live your own life. You do you. You do you, boo boo. But she had a stack. I have a stack too, but I also knew that I wanted to buy like from Kaylee, and so I couldn't spend all my money at Rolanda, even though it was very, very tempting. And I had honestly never stitched on her fabric before either, so I didn't want to throw all my eggs into the proverbial one basket, and what if I don't like it? But it's gorgeous. I love it. So then, since I was vending at weekend one, I was able to shop at Brin and Needle as well, because they weren't there weekend two. So I got this one. Oop, my pin is in the middle, so I can't open it. Hold on. It's 14 count. I don't like to put that there, actually. That should be like in the corner so it doesn't like pull the fabric, because it's a safety pin. Is my fabric okay? Yeah. Anyways, so this one is called Blueberry Stain. It's gorgeous. Love it. It just seems like really Halloween-y and spooky to me. So I feel like I might put like the night terrarium or the Halloween terrarium, something on that. I think that would look really nice. So there's that one. And this one was also brilliant. See, this one's in the corner. I don't know why the other one wasn't. But it's still actually not really in the corner. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm going to move it to the corner. Because like this is a thick safety pin. Like if you had a higher, if you did that on a higher count, that would distort your holes. So again, this is Ada, it's 18 count, and it's called Green Garden. And it's beautiful. And I thought it'd be really nice for some of my Disney princesses that I have, the little ones, that like the Magra size. I thought like Jasmine might look really beautiful on that. Or Alice might look really nice on that with the blue. All right, so time for the Kaylee fabric. So this one was called Water Color Falls. It's a fat quarter and it's 20 count. So if you don't look at this and know what one I'm going to put on this, are we even friends? I think I'm going to go that way. And I think this screams Wizard of Oz to me, right? So I'm going to put the Wizard of Oz Tiny Modernist on that because it'll fit for sure. And like those colors, just perfection. Love it, love it, love it. And then I got another piece of the, I think it's called Chemical Romance. Oh, I lied. Iron Ore. Very similar to the Chemical Romance one I have. That I'm doing the witch on. I thought that was a nice spooky fabric. Might do the Collectors from Autumn Lane on that. Because I think it's got like the creepy, spooky, we're going to get you kind of vibe. So, I don't have that pattern yet, but when I looked at this fabric, I was like, I want to stitch that pattern. That might be perfect. And then I'm obsessed with the fabric I got for the unconventional I'm doing, the Abum, the Crystal of All Succubus. So I got another piece of it. And it's a 20 count fat quarter. And it just goes to show how different pieces of fabric, even though it's the same material, same count, but it was dyed at a different time, for sure. Because this piece is definitely more like the picture on her website. Whereas the yard that I got is more purple versus red. And this one's more red versus purple. I'm not mad at the other one. I love it. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be beautiful. I'm excited for it. But it's just interesting to me. So, like, just keep that in mind. Just because, not even just necessarily for Kaylee, but for any hand-dyed fabric. It doesn't, just because you got one piece and the modeling was a certain way on it, and you're like, oh, this is perfect, I want it again. You're never going to get that modeling again. Like, it's hand-dyed. They're each dyed by hand. They might do them in a whole yard and then cut it. That's great. That yard is never going to be replicated identically. Because you can't. Right? Like, you can't guarantee that you're going to scrunch the fabric the same way. Or these fibers that are in this fabric, even if it's the same fabric, like the same vendor for the fabric, it's not going to be identical. Or she's got, like, I know Brenda Needle was over them talking, saying there's a couple colors they can't make anymore because they got a new water heater. And since they got the new water heater, some of their colors, they just can't replicate them. So the old water heater must have had a little bit of rust in the bottom or a little bit of something that changed the tint of the water just ever so slightly that it changes the whole dyeing process, right? But yeah, so anyway, sorry, tangent. Gorgeous, love the Pandora. But it's just interesting. And when you compare the two, they're very different, but they're the same color. I love both of them. This, I'm thinking I'm going to do something monochromatic in black on. Because I think that'd be super sharp. Or like a really dark chocolate brown. Will look gorgeous. I could just be a rebel and just go way off base and do something not even remotely similar to that. I'll have to see how I'm feeling when I get there. And again, like, you can't beat Kaylee's prices on fabric. There's that one. And then there's, thank you for bearing with me, there's a couple more. And then I got another one of the Dear Lisa Frank. Because I have a full yard of this one. For the creepy girl. I forget what her name is. It's a Kaylee pattern. I'm probably going to start it next week. Honestly. I'm just decided while I'm off, I'm going to start all my major big ones. Just because, why not? So this one, I think I'm going to see if one of my Miras might fit on. But again, I have to check with the beads. Because 18th, so I don't know if the beads will be too big. But I thought the, is it Princess Ileana? Is she the one that's like, looks like she's running? And it's like all the really bright colors. I think it's Princess Ileana is the name of it. I thought she'd look really gorgeous on that. So, because her dress, her kimono is all the bright, pretty colors. So I thought it would look really nice. And then I got another piece of the 90s throwback. Because grew up in the 90s. Like, look at this, hurts your eyes. This actually hurts your eyes. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I love it. So I have another piece of this. I think it's actually the exact same size that I ordered from her. And I think Bowserette might fit on it. I think she might. And then I also think my Story Keep Anne Stokes, they're called Tenderheart. I can't remember. It's the one where the lady's little beautiful blonde hair and she's leaning against a tree talking to the dragon. So I have the Story Keep of that. And I think, or the mini or what, I have one of them. I don't remember which one. But I think when I measured, it was going to fit on that. And I thought all the greens on that green with the gray dragon would just be like, so we'll have to see. And then the last one I got was Calypso. It's a fat quarter. And again, I thought my Alice Mira would look beautiful on that. But again, now when I say that, it's 20 count and the holes are going to be too small for the beads. Balls. But it's fine. It'll get used for something else. But it's absolutely beautiful. And that's the thing, when you go like a smaller count, it makes everything smaller, right? So I might be able to put like a mini on here. Like mini as deep as my love goes, maybe. Not sure how big that one is. But that would look beautiful. This is like the undersea mermaid and like the blues. That could be really beautiful too. So I'll just have to see. You know what I just realized? I never double checked that this is recording. From when I came back from sneezing. This better be recording. I'm going to be so miffed with myself. So I'm going to stand up and peek to make sure it's recording. Yep, we're recording. That would have been really bad if I wasn't. Okay, so... Oh, I also wanted to show you guys this. So, this doesn't come with the bag, but... This is a new pattern that I have recently found. And I'm going to be making for sale in my shop. So, it's a nice little zip. Oh, there's a pair of scissors because I had a project in here. But yeah, I really like it. I think it's really cute. It's not perfect by any means because my trial bag, so like, it's the first time I've ever done binding, so my binding's not perfect. My zipper's a bit janky, but that's what happens when you're trying out new patterns. Just like I also decided that I'm going to change the handle so that they're both on the back. Because I just feel like it looks... I didn't do a great job on that handle. Anyways. I'll put that on the back, and I feel like it'll just look neater. And, yeah. So I'm really happy with it. Apart from the, like, obvious flaws in it, because it was my first bag, and I just wanted to get it made and get it done and see what it looked like. And I knew it was for me, so when it's for me, I don't necessarily care if there's oopses in it. I just keep going. But obviously when I'm making them for sale, I make sure they're perfect. But yeah, so watch out for these, because these will be slowly coming into my shop. I'm going to do them this way, and then I'm going to do a boxed corner, so it's stand as well on some of them. And then I had a friend of mine ask me yesterday if I could make her one for her scroll rod. I'm like, that is brilliant. Because that was the one thing I noticed at Stitch North is nobody was selling scroll rod protectors or like scroll frame protectors. So I'm going to definitely make a few of those so that people that stitch with those definitely have something too, because like a lot of people use scroll frames and scroll rods. So I think what I'll do is I'll make it like 13. Well, this is, that's 14. So I'll probably make it like, you know, I might even just leave it at 14, honestly. I'll have to borrow it, talk to some people who have scroll frames. If you have scroll frames, put it in the comments below and let me know what size your scroll frame is, because I don't use scroll frames, so I'm not sure how big to make them. So yeah, do me a favor and put in the comments below how big your scroll frames are, so I have a general idea for how wide and how tall I should make them. I was thinking they're gonna have to be at least 13 wide and probably 24, 26 tall, but not sure. So if you guys could help me out with that, I'd really, really appreciate it. Also, if you have preference for what size of these bags you would like to see in my shop, that'd be great. I believe this is 13. It was 13 when it was cut, so it's probably 12 by, it was 17 cut, so probably 16. It's probably 12 by 16-ish. I didn't measure it, obviously, but I'll have to do that and hopefully get that going. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have. Whip updates and purchases from Stitch North. If you've hung around this long, thanks guys. I know it's a little bit of a longer video than I normally do. But yeah, so that's pretty much the recap for what I have for stitching and purchases and all that good stuff. As I forgot to say at the beginning, as I always do, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're returning, hey, thanks for coming back. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that for me. It really helps out my teeny tiny little channel get seen a little bit more. And also when you pop comments down below, it also helps bump me up on the feed for other people who like cross-stitching to hopefully find my videos and enjoy them, because you must if you're liking and subscribing. So as far as life updates, I don't typically give a lot of life updates because I don't like, not that it's airing dirty laundry, because that's not it at all. I just don't know that people typically want to hear what's going on with me. But this one I kind of feel like I need to, because it's been a while and I had said I was going to do some videos before Stitch North, and then that didn't happen. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably know why. But yeah, so this year's been a bit rocky. I had surgery in September, just exploratory to try to figure out what was going on with some pain I was having. And I didn't really figure much out. So then they decided to book me for in May to have a more major surgery to hopefully fix the pain I was having in my abdomen. So I had a partial hysterectomy, which I'm now off. That's why I'm off, and I'm able to do some of the stuff I'm going to talk about right now. Well, I can't typically, because I'm not typically home during the day. I don't have the, I don't say free time, but the free time to do some of these things. So yeah, so I'm off work for 6 weeks because of what I do for work. I'm a ECE, so I do a lot of lifting, bending, running after children. Tiny human tamer. We need shirts that say that. But yeah, so I can't do that. So I've been written off for 6 weeks, and hopefully I get the okay to go back in 6 weeks. So that's why I've had time today to be able to sit down and do this video. And yeah, and then as well as that, the week before Stitch North weekend 1, my dad unexpectedly passed away. So, you know, yay. Nobody ever wants a parent to pass away, and that's hard regardless of your relationship with your parent. Nobody's ever ready for that. So that was a lot of, had to go clean up his apartment and all that kind of stuff. So that was a lot. So again, that's one of the reasons I was so happy to be at Stitch North weekend 1 bending, because it was a welcome distraction. Sorry. That's why I'm not wearing makeup in today's video, because I knew I might tear up a little bit. Anyways. So if you came by weekend 1 and said hi, it meant more than you know, because I really, really needed it. Sorry. And if you hung out with me weekend 2, is also the boost I needed to get through all the crap that's been happening. So yeah, so it's been busy. luckily got everything out of the dad's place, got it all cleared up. My brother came down and helped. My mom was a huge help and was there with me the whole week, basically getting everything out of there. My husband came and helped me when he could, but he unfortunately was not feeling well, so wasn't able to come help as much as he wanted to, and as much as I know he would have. But you know, when it rains, it pours. So, but we got it all done, and then we ended up at the end just calling Got Junk, and they were amazing because it got to the point where, like, it was the Sunday, or it was like I think it was the Thursday before Stitch North weekend. My days are all like, anyways, so it was the Thursday, yeah, it was the Thursday after Stitch North. So it would have been the week after Stitch North, that Thursday. I was talking to my mother-in-law, and I just like, I don't know how we're going to get all this done because I had to go back to work. Like, I'd been at work that whole week. And then I was off the Friday for my last day of bereavement to go down and work on the apartment. And I had to have it cleared out by Sunday because I was back to work Monday, Tuesday, and then I was off for surgery on Wednesday. And I knew once I had surgery that I was going to be of no use to anybody with regards to cleaning an apartment and yada, yada, yada. And we only had 30 days to clear the apartment. So it was a tight crunch. So I'm so glad she thought of that because it was a huge weight off my shoulders. So we kind of changed gears versus going to be like, what can we donate? To more of what do we need to keep. Like, we didn't really go through things as thoroughly as we had been in the week. So we had already basically gone through and taken out the things that we knew were sentimental and we really wanted to keep. So we got all that done. And then on that weekend, once we kind of made the decision that we're just going to call God Junk and not try to like rehome the couch, the dresser, like all that kind of stuff. Because we ran out of time, frankly. So we then just kind of changed gears. I was like, okay, we're not going to worry about the big stuff anymore. That's fine. Got Junk can take it. And, you know, the guys came and they were lovely. And they worked fast too. They cleared out so much stuff in like 2 hours. It was insane. They were little whirlwinds that came. And there was just the two of them. And they came, and then the last little bit, I knew we were getting close to like running out of time. Because if you go over the 2 hours, if you hit 2 hours or go over the 2 hours, there's an extra fee because they have to charge you for extra time. So towards the end there, I was like, can I help so that we can like get this done? So I did that, and then we luckily just fit it all in one truck. That truck was overflowing. But we got it all in. Thankfully, we got it in just under, like, literally at 2 hours. So that was good. So I was able to do that, got rid of all that stuff. So it was done, I could leave, and then the only thing that was left there was my dad had a mobility scooter. So the scooter was still there. So my mom was able to go back with my cousin. I know Brian doesn't watch my videos, but thank you so much, Brian, for going down with your trailer and bringing back my dad's scooter. So that's kind of the last major thing that I need to get moved. So I have a mobility scooter. It's a ShopRite. I think he got it. I have like the purchase paperwork and everything. But I know he didn't use it a whole lot. And it's not that old. It's in really, really great shape. So if you need a mobility scooter and you're local to me, I'm Southern Ontario, let me know. Because I'm trying to sell it, looking for a home. So, you know, if anybody knows of anybody in my area who needs a mobility scooter, send me a message because it's cute, it's red, it works really well, it's great. It's got some speed, just so you know. But yeah, so there's just been a lot going on. And so sorry if I've seemed kind of flighty and not posting when I said I was going to. I had every intention of doing a big walkthrough before Stitch North, but like I just explained, it didn't just rain, it poured. So yeah, but we got it all sorted now and it's all good, and I'm it's been what, 13 days since my surgery, I guess. So I'm starting to feel a little bit more human. I'm able to like get up and do a little bit more. Like I was, after this I'm gonna have to go lay down because I'm gonna be tired. But I did a stitch day last week, like for I think it was like 40 minutes we did on Zoom, which was so much fun. So we're actually gonna do it again tomorrow. So I know it's like super short notice because I'm filming this today. I'm gonna get it up today, and then tomorrow I'm doing a stitchy day. So if you see this video before then, pardon me, feel free to put in the comments that you want to hang out, and I'll send you a link to the meeting for tomorrow. We're going to try the Google Meet tomorrow because it gives you an hour versus 40 minutes. So we're going to try that, see how that goes, and yeah. So I want to hopefully keep this as like an ongoing thing even when I go back to work. So right now, obviously it's going to be like I can do it during the afternoon when I'm home. You can hang out, keep me a little bit of company, keep me out of trouble. But then when I go back to work, we'll have to figure out if I still want to do it on Thursday and do it Thursday evening. I'll have to see. I'll have to look at kids' schedules and stuff because I know my son has judo on Thursday, and so it'd be easier to do it on like a Wednesday or on the weekend, in the afternoon on the weekend maybe, or in the morning. I don't know. Anyways, we can figure it out. We can brainstorm. Drop any suggestions you have in the comments, and we can figure that out. And thanks for hanging out, guys. I know it's been a while. Hopefully, I'm not going to say when, because, right, it's pointless with me. But I'm going to try, I'll say before I go back to work. Okay? So sooner rather than later, I will do another update for you guys. And then I'm also going to do that bag parade that I said I was going to do. Because since I have found that new bag pattern, and I have the fold-out bags with the pockets that I feel nobody else locally really makes, I'm going to switch kind of gears with my bags and focus on those two styles only. So any of my bags that are currently in my shop, go take a look at them. And if there's any that are jumping out and biting you, send me a message and I can let you know what the sale price is going to be. Because I'm not going to get onto my Shopify and change all the prices on there just yet. Because I want people that are like local to me and people that watch my videos have first cracks at them, basically. People that support me, I want to help support you. And if there's any of my bags that you see that you're in love with or that you really want, shoot me a message and I'll shoot you a price of what I'm thinking. But they're all definitely going to be getting cleared out. So that's one thing I felt at Stitch North is I felt my table had too many things on it and it was a bit cluttered and there was too many things to like pull your eyes. So I'm definitely going to like streamline what I'm working on, and anything that I feel like I'm not going to carry in the future, I want to get it out of here. I want to clear it out. So you're going to find some amazing prices on my bags. So again, if you head over to monkeyandmouse.ca, take a look at all my bags that are there. If you see one that you like, shoot me a message and I can let you know what price I'm thinking. Or if you feel comfortable, feel free to make me an offer which you feel is fair, and we can talk. So yeah, feel free to message me either through my email, infomonkeyandmouse@gmail.com, or you can message me on Instagram about my bags that you're seeing. There should be a message button on my website too, but if it's not working, you know where to find me. But yeah, so shoot me a message and we can figure something out. But that's all I've got for today. I've rambled at you guys far long enough, and I'll see you when I see you. Have the best day available to you, and be kind to everybody because you don't know who's lost a fight with a toddler today. So, love you guys. See you next time. Bye.